Good day, my friends. I want to talk to you today about a new mindset. You see, so often the biggest battles we face aren't out in the world. They're right here in our own minds. The way we think determines the way we live. If you want to step into a new level of success, joy, and purpose, it starts with what's happening between your ears. The Bible says in Romans 12:02, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means your change doesn't start outside, it starts inside. Your thoughts, your beliefs, the way you see yourself, it's all shaping your future. If you keep thinking the same old thoughts, you'll keep getting the same old results. But if you get a new mindset, you'll step into a new level of destiny. Your thoughts create your reality. If you wake up thinking, nothing ever goes my way, or I'll never be good enough, then guess what? That's exactly what you'll experience. But when you start saying, God is opening doors for me, I have the wisdom and ability to succeed, then things begin to shift. It's not magic, it's mindset. Your life follows your thoughts. Many of us have been programmed to think small. Maybe someone told you, you're not smart enough, you'll never make it, and those words stuck. So let me tell you, just because someone spoke it doesn't mean it's true. If God put a dream inside you, He's given you everything you need to fulfill it. The only thing stopping you is that old mindset. But today we're getting a new one. What you say about yourself matters. Some people speak more defeat over their lives than the enemy ever could. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, with God's help, I can handle anything. Instead of I always fail, say, every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you change your words, you change your world. Your thoughts are more powerful than you realize. They are the foundation of your life. The way you see the world, the way you interpret challenges, the way you react to circumstances, it all comes down to your mindset. You can have all the talent, all the resources, and all the opportunities in the world, but if your mind is filled with doubt, negativity, and self-limiting beliefs, you will stay stuck. On the other hand, even if you start with very little, if you train your mind to see possibility, growth, and faith, you will rise higher than you ever imagined. Many times, it's not our situations holding us back, it's our perspective on those situations. Two people can go through the exact same challenge. One will see it as a stepping stone, the other will see it as the end of the road. One will say, this is an opportunity to grow, while the other says, this is proof that I'm a failure. The difference isn't in their abilities or intelligence, it's in their mindset. Think about a storm. When a storm comes, an eagle doesn't sit on the ground complaining about the wind. It spreads its wings and lets the wind lift it higher. The same wind that causes other birds to take cover is the same wind that helps the eagle rise above the storm. That's what the right mindset does for you. It takes what was meant to hold you down and uses it to push you forward. Too often people focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. They magnify their problems instead of magnifying their potential. They wake up in the morning already thinking about everything that could go wrong. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? But what if you flipped the script? What if instead of assuming the worst, you started expecting the best? Instead of what if I fail, you say, what if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? Instead of what if this problem ruins me, you say, what if this problem is the very thing that leads me to my greatest breakthrough? Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant, that's what's going to grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, insecurity, and fear, don't be surprised when those things take root in your life. But if you plant seeds of faith, confidence, and possibility, you'll begin to see those things blossom. That's why it's so important to guard your thoughts. You have to be intentional about what you allow in. If you constantly feed on negativity, you'll live a life filled with worry and fear. But if you choose to fill your mind with things that uplift, encourage, and inspire, you'll walk in a new level of peace and strength. You may not be able to control everything that happens around you, but you can always control what happens inside you. Choose to see your life through the lens of faith, not fear. Choose to focus on possibilities, not problems, because when you change your perspective, you change your life. Many people go through life carrying invisible chains, chains of doubt, fear, and insecurity that hold them back from reaching their full potential. These chains aren't physical, they exist in the mind. They are the voices that say, You're not smart enough. You'll never succeed. You're not worthy. Sometimes these beliefs come from things people told us when we were younger. A teacher who said, you're not a good student. A coach who said, you'll never make the team. A parent who compared you to others. Words have power, and if we're not careful, we allow these words to become our identity. But here's the truth. Just because someone spoke it over you doesn't mean it's true. Just because you've believed it for years doesn't mean it has to define you. A limiting belief is only powerful as long as you accept it. The moment you choose to reject it, the moment you decide, I am not going to let this define my future, is the moment you break free. Imagine an elephant in the circus. When it is young, the trainers tie a rope around its leg and attach it to a stake in the ground. The baby elephant pulls and tries to break free, but the rope is too strong. Eventually it gives up. Years later, that same elephant, now grown and powerful enough to break free, doesn't even try. Why? Because in its mind, the rope is still stronger. In reality, the elephant has the strength to walk away at any moment, but it doesn't because it still believes the old limitation. Many of us are like that elephant. We stay stuck in fear, not because we lack ability, but because we believe the lie that says we can't do better. We stay in a job we don't love because we believe we're not qualified for anything else. We don't start the business because we think, I'll probably fail. We don't step out in faith because we've convinced ourselves it won't work. But the only thing stopping us is our own mindset. The good news is, just like those beliefs were learned, they can also be unlearned. The first step to breaking free from limiting beliefs is recognizing them. Pay attention to the thoughts that come up when you're faced with an opportunity. Do you automatically think of reasons why you can't? Do you immediately talk yourself out of trying? If so, it's time to challenge those thoughts. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, start declaring, I am equipped, I am capable, I am more than enough. Instead of saying, I failed before, so I'll fail again, say, every past failure was a lesson that prepared me for success. Instead of saying, I don't have what it takes, say, God has already given me everything I need to succeed. You don't have to be held back by the lies of the past. You don't have to stay stuck in fear and doubt. The moment you shift your thinking, the moment you reject the lies and start embracing the truth, is the moment your life will begin to change. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you've imagined, and ready to step into a future filled with possibility. Words are powerful. The things you say about yourself, your life, and your future are shaping your reality. Many people don't realize it, but they are speaking defeat over their own lives every single day. They say things like, I'll never get out of debt. I'm just not a lucky person. I always get sick this time of year. Or, I'm not good at relationships. These words may seem small, but they are reinforcing negative beliefs in the mind. Eventually, what you continue to speak becomes what you begin to believe. And what you believe determines how you live. Imagine a child who hears over and over again, you're not smart. Eventually that child starts to believe it. It affects the way they study, the way they approach challenges, and the confidence they have in themselves. Now imagine if that same child had been told, you are intelligent, you can learn anything, you are capable. That child would grow up with a completely different mindset. The same principle applies to us as adults. If we continually speak words of failure and defeat, we will live a life of struggle. But if we start declaring words of faith and victory, we will begin to see new opportunities and breakthroughs. This is why it's so important to be intentional about what comes out of your mouth. Every time you speak, you are planting seeds. You can plant seeds of doubt and discouragement, or you can plant seeds of confidence and hope. If you keep saying, I'll never be successful, you are watering that seed of failure. But if you start saying, I am talented, I am creative, I have what it takes, you are planting seeds of growth and success. The words you speak today are shaping the life you will live tomorrow. One of the biggest mistakes people make is speaking about what they see instead of what they believe. They say things like, this situation is hopeless, I'm always struggling, or things will never change. But faith doesn't speak what it sees, it speaks what it expects. When David faced Goliath, He didn't say, this giant's too big, I'll never win. No, he declared, this day the Lord will deliver you into my hand. He spoke victory before he even saw it. That's the kind of language we need to adopt in our own life. Instead of saying, I'll never get this promotion, start saying, the right doors are opening for me. Instead of saying, I always mess things up, declare, I have wisdom and make good decisions. Instead of saying, I'll never be healthy, start saying, my body is strong, I'm getting better every day. When you start changing your words, you'll start changing your mindset. And when your mindset changes, your life follows. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice to speak words of faith or words of fear, to declare possibility or to declare limitation. The words you choose will determine the future you create. Speak life, speak victory, and watch as your world begins to change. Growth begins in the mind. The way you approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities determines the direction of your life. Some people go through life with a fixed mindset, believing that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone. They think, I'm just not good at this, or I've never been successful before, so I never will be. This way of thinking keeps them stuck, never reaching their full potential. But the truth is, you are not limited by your past or by what you think you can do right now. You can grow, you can learn, and you can develop new skills. A growth mindset is the key to unlocking new levels in life. People with a growth mindset see challenges differently. When they face difficulties, they don't think, this is too hard, I'll never figure it out. Instead, they say, this is tough, but I can learn, I can improve, and I can find a way. They understand that failure is not final, it is simply part of the learning process. Every successful person has failed along the way, but what sets them apart is that they didn't let failure define them. They saw it as a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and they kept moving forward. Consider an athlete training for a marathon. They don't start by running 26 miles on the first day. They build up their endurance over time, pushing themselves a little further each day. If they hit a setback, they don't quit. They adjust, they learn, and they keep training. The same is true for any area of life. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your relationships, or advancing in your career, growth happens when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone and refuse to give up. Many times people limit themselves by saying, I'm just not a natural leader, I'm not good at math, or I'll never be able to speak in public. But the reality is, most skills can be developed with effort and persistence. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, shift your mindset to, I'm not good at this yet, but I can get better. That one small shift from limitation to possibility changes everything. Another key to developing a growth mindset is embracing feedback and learning from others. People with a fixed mindset see constructive criticism as an attack, but those with a growth mindset see it as valuable information. They understand that listening to the right advice can help them improve. They don't see someone else's success as a threat, they see it as inspiration. Instead of thinking they're better than me, they ask, what can I learn from them? Growth is a daily choice. It means being open to new experiences, willing to make mistakes, and committed to continuous improvement. It means challenging yourself to think bigger, to believe in your ability to grow, and to trust that with effort, persistence, and faith, you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. No matter where you are today, you have the ability to grow into the person you were created to be. The only question is, will you take the opportunity? The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your attitude, and ultimately your future. Whether you realize it or not, the voices you listen to the most shape the way you see yourself and the world around you. If you spend time with people who are always negative, always complaining, always seeing problems instead of possibilities, their mindset will begin to influence yours. You might have big dreams, but if the people around you are constantly telling you it's impossible, you may start to believe them. That's why it's so important to be intentional about who you allow to speak into your life. Think about it. If you're trying to live a life of faith, confidence, and growth, but you're always surrounded by people who are fearful, insecure, and stagnant, their mindset will slowly pull you down. It's like trying to run a race while carrying extra weight. You might still move forward, but it will be much harder than it needs to be. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you, it's like running with the wind at your back. You'll find yourself thinking bigger, believing in yourself more, and reaching new levels that you never thought possible. The Bible says in Proverbs 13:20, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. This means that if you spend time with people who are driven, positive, and focused on growth, you will naturally adopt those qualities. But if you spend time with people who are always doubting, complaining, and making excuses, their negativity will rub off on you. That's why successful people are very careful about who they spend time with. They understand that their environment influences their success. Sometimes this means making difficult choices. There may be people in your life who have been there for a long time, but they are not helping you grow. They may be family members, childhood friends, or coworkers, and while you don't have to cut them off completely, you do need to set boundaries. You can love people from a distance while still protecting your mindset. Instead of spending all your time with those who drain your energy, be intentional about surrounding yourself with those who uplift and inspire you. If you want to grow, find people who are already where you want to be. If you want to build a successful business, spend time with entrepreneurs who are passionate and motivated. If you want to strengthen your faith, surround yourself with people who are full of hope and encouragement. If you want to develop a positive mindset, spend time with those who speak life and possibility, not doubt and fear. You were created for greatness, but you can't reach your highest potential if you're constantly surrounded by the wrong influences. Be wise about who you allow into your inner circle. Choose relationships that build you up, challenge you to grow, and push you toward the incredible future that is waiting for you. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. But without discipline and consistency, even the best intentions will not lead to success. Many people start with big dreams and great motivation, but they struggle to follow through. They set goals, get excited for a little while, but when challenges come, they lose momentum. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is not talent, luck, or background. It is the ability to stay committed even when it's difficult. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It means waking up early to work on your goals when it would be easier to sleep in. It means making healthy choices when it would be easier to give in to bad habits. It means staying focused when distractions are pulling you in every direction. Successful people don't rely on feelings to determine their actions. They understand that feelings are temporary, but discipline leads to lasting results. Consider a professional athlete. They don't train only when they feel motivated. They train every day because they know consistency is what builds strength and endurance. The same is true for any area of life. If you want to grow in your career, you have to put in the work consistently. If you want to improve your relationships, you have to be intentional every day. If you want to develop a strong, positive mindset, you have to feed your mind with the right thoughts daily. One of the biggest enemies of success is procrastination. Many people say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it when I have more time. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before they know it, years have passed and nothing has changed. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start. You may not feel ready. You may not have everything figured out, but taking small steps today is better than waiting for the perfect moment that may never come. Small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. If you read just 10 pages of a book every day, by the end of the year, you will have read multiple books. If you exercise for just 30 minutes a day, over time, you will see a transformation in your health. If you practice gratitude every morning, your mindset will shift to be more positive. The key is not to do something once in a while, but to do it consistently until it becomes a part of who you are. Every great achievement starts with small daily decisions. When you are disciplined and consistent, you build momentum. You start seeing progress, and progress fuels more progress. Success is not about one big moment. It is about the habits you build every single day. When you commit to being disciplined, when you choose consistency over convenience, you position yourself to step into the future you were meant to have. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and watch how your life transforms. Your mindset is the foundation of your future. The way you think, the words you speak, the beliefs you hold, the people you surround yourself with, and the discipline you develop, all of these shape the life you create. If you want to step into a new level of success, joy, and fulfillment, it starts with renewing your mind. You are not limited by your past. You are not defined by what others have said about you. The only thing that can truly hold you back is the mindset you choose to keep. When you break free from limiting beliefs, when you start speaking life over yourself, when you develop a growth mindset, surround yourself with the right people, and commit to daily discipline, nothing can stop you from reaching your full potential. This is your time to rise higher. Your future is too important to waste on doubt, fear, and negativity. Make the decision today to think bigger, believe bolder, and take consistent action toward your goals. The best version of you is waiting on the other side of a new mindset. Step into it with faith, confidence, and determination, and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined possible.